Hey guys, so this is video 2, and a couple things I want to go over with you before we get started are on the screen right now. So first off, you should always be looking on our Google Classroom in the virtual folder for anything that's going to be for the next 9 lessons. So right now, you guys only have 9 lessons left for anatomy. I'm trying to make them about 30 minutes. That's what the Department of Education in Indiana has told us to do. But because this is for a college credit class, some of them might be a little bit over, some might be a little bit under. So first off, just make sure I was looking in that Google Classroom under the virtual folder for everything. So the first thing is, are you taking the USI final? So if you want to pause the video after I say this bit, go for it. You need to go look on the Google Classroom under the virtual assignments and see if you signed up for Bio 105. Most of you already know this, but in case you're confused, look. If you didn't sign up for Bio 105, you are not taking a final at all. If you did sign up for Bio 105, you're going to be taking a final with me. I'm still working with the liaison to figure out what that's going to look like. At this point, I don't know. I will give you guys that information as soon as I get it. Another thing I forgot to mention in the first, and with the USI, if you're taking the USI final, if you think that's wrong, this is something we need to address right now, but this is something that we went over at the beginning of the school year when we first enrolled in all those USI classes. So the next thing is your EVSC grade and your USI grade. I think I forgot to mention this in the first video. Your USI grade is going to probably be different than your EVSC grade, and here is why. EVSC, from my understanding, what Mr. Dugan's told me, is none of the virtual assignments are going to hurt you. USI, though, still wants me grading your work. So especially for those of you that signed up for Bio 105, don't just say, I'm not going to worry about it, I'm a senior, I'm out of here. I still have to take grades. I'm not going to have a ton of grades, but you still want to make sure that you get some grades in it. What our USI professors asking that we do is we count 75% of what we've already done and only 25% of what we're going to do for your grade. So we're more worried about what you proved in the classroom than what you're proving virtually. If you need help with that, let me know, but that's a big thing I want parents to know, especially because when you get your USI transcript and it may not match your EVSC transcript, that's why. The USI final, I do not know a date or time, but what I want to do as soon as we're done with that 9th lesson is I want to set up a date and time to get this done so we can just be done with it. So I'll give you guys more information on that as soon as I get it. Assignments to turn into me. I am not going to require a lot of assignments. I feel like you guys are big boys and big girls, and this is a college level class, so you know what you need to do. You know there's a final. For instance, today, all I'm going to ask you to do is watch the videos and email me how you're doing. That's it. And also to check to see if you're actually taking the USI final. So that's it. But if you look on that Google virtual folder and Google Classrooms, I have a spreadsheet of what I expect you to do each of those 9 lessons. So it should make sense to you. Look on there. What videos do you need to watch? What assignments do you need to do? So today's assignments, all it says is to do a mental health check and then also to figure out, are you taking that USI final, and watch the videos. That's it. So not a whole lot at all. Some people have asked how to contact me, and I know I'm supposed to tell you when I'm available. I'm literally available anytime you need me. I would ask though, stop contacting me on Remind. For some reason, it is not notifying me. I found a text from the middle of March today. So email me through my EVSC email. I have my phone with me. I'm checking my EVSC email all the time. If I don't email you right away, just give me a minute, give me a couple hours, but that's your best way to contact me. I'm going to be working most of the time in the evening once the kids go to bed. So if you have dire questions, maybe try to email them. But the biggest concern I want you guys to take care of is I want you to take care of yourself. I want you to make sure that you're doing something productive each day, whether that's homework or going for a walk or getting out of bed and taking a shower. This is a weird time where I think a lot of people that already struggle with mental health, it's just another burden. So I'm more concerned about you guys with that than anything else. but we still do need to do some stuff for class. So hopefully, maybe this is a way for you guys to get out of bed and get dressed and eat something and then sit down and work on something for a little bit. Like I said, I'm going to try and make these really short. So you only have to do 9 things for me. And that's it. So we're going to get started. So if you want, you can get your PowerPoint open, or I'm recording it right now, but I will have posted this PowerPoint so you guys have access to it as well. And what we're going to do each of these 9 days is go through a little bit of the notes, and then I'll have some questions for you to answer each day to email me, or a mental health check, or something to look at online, something like that. Oh, the other fun thing is I'm always going to post something fun for you guys to view. So what I posted, the fun video is I have been trying to master pogo sticking, and I have gotten up to 50 jumps, which some people, like my children, don't believe me, but I did. But there's a video that I posted of me falling off a pogo stick. So I'm just glad that Ken Smith kept recording, because hopefully we can make it like on America's Funniest Videos or something, which is, I love that show. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and get started. So what we're going to talk about is the male and female reproductive systems. I would love for you guys to email me any questions that you guys have. I will not, shout your name out if you have an odd question on the videos, but I love this unit because most of the time people get some just questions answered that they're too afraid to ask their parents, or they didn't ask their doctor, things like about birth control, or pregnancy or labor, or why it's hard for people to get pregnant, anything like that. So feel free to email this to me, and I won't share your name, promise. What we're going to talk about is the male and female reproductive systems. So a couple facts is the male and female reproductive cells, so the sperm and the egg, are the largest being the egg, and the smallest being the sperm, of the 220 different types of cells that humans have. Another unique thing a lot of people don't realize is that the female's body is trying to not let sperm into the uterus. So the vagina is super acidic, so it kills a lot of the sperm upon entry. There are lots of folds within the cervix, which is the opening of the uterus that the sperm gets stuck in. And so there's a lot of times that people are like, oh, it's so easy to get pregnant. It's definitely not. So we'll talk about that. And then men, hopefully we all know this, but men are able to produce sperm cells from the day they hit puberty till the day they die. So they estimate that there's about 500 billion sperm cells that a man produces. And you can also think about those weird stories about how there's some 80-year-old man who got his 25-year-old wife pregnant, and that just is a little odd to me. And the last little fact is that the first known type of birth control was actually from the Egyptians, where they had the females take alligator poop and stuff it up their vagina against their cervixes, and also coat the vagina with honey in the hopes that the sperm would not get to the egg. So I would imagine that probably worked, but then all those ladies that had alligator poop up their vaginas probably got horrible infections as well. So those are some random facts for you guys. This organ system is one of the most unique ones, and here's why. There's 11 organ systems that we have in our body. This is the only one that we do not have to survive. And so think about that. People who have not had kids or had fertility issues, and they're still alive. So what the point of the reproductive system is to make more humans, to make sure that the human species is surviving. Another thing that we don't think about a lot is that the reproductive system is also in charge of hormones that help you maintain your secondary sexual characteristics, like for men, a deeper voice and more hair on their body, whereas for a woman, breasts and wider hips and start of her period. So there's other things like that, but it's mainly, it's just there so that we can make sure that we produce more humans to make sure that this species continues. So the male and female reproductive systems are kind of similar when the fetus starts to progress. And you can probably think about this like a male has 2 testes, a female has 2 ovaries, there's tubes that connect different things, and there's all these duct systems that help make sure that the ovary gets to the uterus or that the sperm gets out of the male's body. And then we have a bunch of different accessory structures that help us out as well to make sure that we can make more humans. So we'll talk about the specifics of what a male and a female have and what those parts of their bodies do later on. We'll spend a little bit of time on the male reproductive system. It really is pretty easy. And then we'll spend a couple more lessons on the female reproductive system, talking about infertility, periods, menopause, issues with periods, birth control, all sorts of stuff like that. And so this is the last slide that we're going to do today. I already talked about this, but the other function of the reproductive system is the function of hormones. One thing that's unique for women, and we talked about this when we talked about the skeletal system, is that estrogen actually helps females maintain their bone mass. And so even though it also is in charge of menstrual cycles for females, it also is in charge of helping make sure that our bones stay strong. And so this is all we're going to do today. If you guys need anything, please let me know. I'm going to try to post the lessons the evening before. So like right now it's Sunday night. I think it's like, let's see, 8:45. So I'm going to get this done and posted hopefully by 9. I don't care how quickly you go through these, but if you're taking this for Bio 105 credit, you'd obviously want to make sure you get all this done before the final. But if you guys need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. Remember to please contact me via the EDSC email and not through Remind anymore. I'm just not getting those text messages. But hope you guys have a good night. And if you have any questions, just email me.